Hey everybody, I am down at the toy store. It is Saturday morning. Now on Saturday mornings, I come out pretty early because Saturday is the busiest day of the week at the toy store. I like to go through the store, face the shelves, straighten stuff up, see what I need to stock out of the overflow. And today I'm gonna do something just a little bit different. I am going to talk about our very first truck, the Macy's Overstock Toy Truck. The reason I'm bringing it up, I am really focusing this month on getting the older inventory out, the stuff that's been sitting around the store since we opened, and it's just time to do something about it. If it made it through November, it made it through December and Christmas, made it through January, and if it's still sitting here, it is time to go. There's probably a bunch of different reasons why these toys are still here. It probably just boils down to a couple things: price, and if the toy's fun to play with. Normally I don't talk price, I just don't like to do it, but it's been long enough. We overpaid for this truck. We paid between $5 and $6 a unit on this truck. There were 4,000 units. At the time, we thought that was a good deal. We thought that was pretty decent. We would make a little bit of money. Since then, we have learned a lot about getting Overstock toys. We could get a truck like that for significantly less money now. We definitely overpaid for this truck, but to this truck's credit, there were a lot of bigger ticket items. It did come from Macy's. Definitely some decent toys on there, but for sure, big time overpaid. It doesn't seem like I'm starting the video out on a very positive vibe, and the only reason I'm really saying this stuff is because when we go through the store this morning, I'm gonna point out some of the Macy's stuff, and we are going to significantly reduce the price on this stuff. I wanna get it out of here. I wanna move it because we need to make room for new inventory. We're getting new stuff. People are probably tired of seeing the same old toys in certain parts of the store, and I think pulling that stuff out, putting it on clearance, putting it up at the front of the store, doing some Facebook advertising on it will bring in new people for these really reduced prices on these quality toys. I'm gonna start in the corner right here as we go through the store, point out the Macy's merchandise, and try to straighten stuff up as we go. Right away, we come up to these light up the night kits. Now, we sold a lot of these during Christmas. This is what's left. This is a really good toy. They sold really well for us, but this is what's left. It's just time to reduce these, get them out of the corner, and figure out something else to do with this space. These LED floating discs did come on the Macy's load. I will probably drop the price on these, or maybe just move them. We sold quite a bit of those, but we still have quite a few left. That's going to bring me to these drones. Now, I've got these drones for $2.99 in the clearance bin. There's a lot of these things left, probably 100, 150 of them. There's some even stashed up there. That's gonna jump me over to this display here. These pianos, they've been sitting. We sold a couple of them, maybe one, but at $34.99, maybe they're too high. Not every single Macy's item that we have left over we will reduce. We're just picking the ones that are probably a little bit too high. If I've only sold one of them since we've opened, they are probably too high. The point of this store is to turn inventory over. It's not necessarily to try and squeeze every last buck out of every single item. It's to get the items in, get them out, keep fresh inventory coming in, and I think clearing out some of this Macy's stuff will really help with that. Probably the best way to do this, just go down through the store, like if I was shopping here maybe, straighten stuff up and point out the toys I'm going to reduce. Going through this part of the store, these Jurassic World kind of T-Rex masks, I think since I have so many of those left over, I'm gonna bring those down to maybe $9.99. That's still a good deal on those. We've got them listed at about 20, which might be a little bit high. I'm gonna take into account that it's February. People are probably still recovering from Christmas, but at the same time, I have to think about why are these things still here, especially if I've only sold one or two of them and I've got 30 of them, or I've got 20 of them. There's just no need to hang on to them. Turn them over, get a little bit of profit out of them, and just move on. While I'm here, these Playmobil sets, they just never took off. I moved them around the store in a bunch of different places. Nobody wanted them. Kind of the same thing with these little home workshop drills. The little home workshop drills, perfect example. I have a bunch of them down here. Probably need to do a special on those. Maybe even put some of those in the $2.99 clearance bin. That's gonna bring me to the skateboards. These skateboards I will not be reducing. I have a couple reasons for that. It's starting to warm up a little bit, and these things are still selling, so I think the price point on those pretty good. That's gonna bring me to some of the Ryan's Lab stuff, some of the Melissa and Doug stuff. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, but that stuff seems way overpriced to me. Even when I'm looking at some of it in the store, our prices, which is significantly less, I'm like, that just seems way overpriced. The Melissa and Doug stuff, the Ryan's Lab stuff, if it's still here from the first Macy's truck, or maybe that second Target truck that we got, which by the way, we got burnt crazy bad on the second Target truck. But if it's still sitting here from those two trucks, it's gotta go. I'll say this again, it's not all bad. Just because it's not moving doesn't necessarily mean it's not a good toy. We are in the tough times. I'm not sure how the She-Hulk got here, but here again, we have some Playmobil stuff. These Melissa and Doug, plus Blues Clues and Used trains, gonna drop those down. And these blocks, these ABC carts, I've got a bunch of these in the $2.99 bin. Really, that's not bad for the first wall, the first aisle, whatever we're saying. But I'm walking down the other side, and there are still a ton of these Baby So Sweets. I don't know what to do with these. I've got them at $9.99. They are selling sporadically, so I think $9.99 is a really good price point for those. We just have so many of them, but that's what it is. I'm gonna pull up this next toy, this Santiago of the Seas toy. That toy, for whatever reason, I've tried to display it on end caps, different parts of the store, but for whatever reason, that toy just does not sell. I've got it at $4.99, and I've had it between $4.99 and $10 forever. Nobody wants them, but $4.99 is what it's gonna be for a while. That is just an amazing deal. I don't know what else to do. I'm kind of going down the middle of the store here, but almost nothing in here is left over from the Macy's, with the exception of this Rhea stuff down here in the corner. That stuff is slowly gonna creep its way into a $4.99 display, something similar to that. I think having a $4.99 clearance bin is a great idea. I think putting a $2.99 clearance bin up front, a $4.99 clearance bin up front, those are going to be really good displays that will move toys. While I'm saying that, I want to touch on this. We do not want to make this a bin store. Definitely want to avoid doing that, but it will be nice to have clearance bins up front to try to move some of the, I don't want to say less desirable, but some of the stuff we've had for a while. That basically got us down the middle part of the store. Now there are one or two items here and there, and I'm gonna pull these up right here. There are a variety of these garbage trucks. There's a dump truck, a tow truck. These came in the Macy's load. I probably have 250 of these laying around. They really don't sell very much. They're kind of, I don't want to say lower quality, but they're a lower end toy. I have 2 or 3 boxes of these little trucks in the back. It's just time to make a move. That's gonna swing me kind of around to the figure wall. And honestly, I haven't been doing a whole lot of straightening up. I've just been rambling on. But anything on the figure wall, really well priced, and that will just stay the same. We do a pretty good figure business in here, and we get a lot of figures with the Target loads, and that is where a majority of these came from. None of the stuff came from the Macy's load. The figures I got for the Macy's load, let me back that up. These are kind of the figures I got out of the Macy's load. These bend and flexes, and these just did not sell. They've been getting chucked into the $2.99 little sell area. That's gonna take us through most of the store. We still got the puzzles and games aisle, but these Snuggle Monsters, they've been on this end cap. Might reduce those a little bit. I'm sitting here looking at the cups. I'm gonna figure something else out for all of this stuff. These adult kind of wooden games. These are well priced. The cups are well priced. Probably not gonna do anything price wise on these. As far as the puzzles and games, I'm gonna be working on this today, sorting stuff out. I'll figure that out then. But these veterinarian kids puzzles, I've had these at $4.99 forever. They just aren't going anywhere. Nobody's even looking at them. I'm gonna put them up front. I know I've said that a lot this video, but they will be going up front at $2.99. That got us through most of the store. There are a few items here and there on these middle shelves, like the middle shelves that are up at the front of the store. There's nothing real pressing up here to get rid of. Might just reduce the price a little bit on some of this stuff. This shelving unit up here, mostly new toys, but I wanted to bring everybody up here. The Yoga Professional kits. Here is one of those kits, and this looks like a nice setup. Yoga Professional 8-piece home fitness set. You got a yoga mat, you got the blocks. Anyway, a lot of yoga stuff. I can't even sell this for $24.99. I don't know if it's because we're a toy store or what the deal is. I've tried putting these things on Marketplace, everything. I'm gonna take one of these home and I'm gonna start doing yoga. I'm not even kidding. That wasn't everything that was left over from that Macy's truck. I still have a bunch of stuff in the back from that Macy's truck. If you've made it this far into the video, you're probably wondering, hey, did you guys make any money off that Macy's truck? And I would say yes, I would say we did. But I think the goal on that truck, once we got it, was kind of just to break even, get some experience, learn more about the toy business. But I would say we made a little bit of money. Definitely didn't make a bunch of money. The Macy's truck had a lot of higher end items, definitely some good stuff on there. But then we also saw in one of my other videos, boxes and boxes of shirts. There were cups. We got a box of brand new earbuds that were no good. We did things a little bit differently back then. It was just a mess. We have learned so much since that first truck. There's direct line to Target, no middleman. The loads are manifested. We bid on them. We know exactly what we're getting. Give or take a few things. Sometimes there's some random stuff in these loads, but we know what we're getting. We know the price. We can see if there's 500 boxes of Pixo bits or 300 Dino eggs or 200 Melissa and Doug ABC blocks. Kind of get where I'm going, right? We can see what we're getting. That's really important because the second Target truck set us way back. If we did make any money off the Macy's truck, our very first truck, we lost the profit and more on the second Target truck. It was horrible. I might get into that second Target truck on another video, but let me know down in the comments what everybody thinks about this. I haven't even really got the Saturday started at the toy store. I'm gonna jump into that. I hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend. And until next time, I will see you later. Peace.